Assalamualaikum and good morning to Dr. Wei. Today our group want to present about the operational risk affect the performance rubber glove industry in Malaysia. My name is Datuk Akmal binti Abdullah Sani. My metric number 255320. For the overview of the industry, our group have chosen healthcare industry, which comprise of four company from rubber glove industry, such as Hartalega, Supermax Corporation, Kosan Rubber Industry, Kosan Rubber, Rubberex Company. For the Hartalega, is known as a manufacturer latex glove, which is the first company introduced the soft, stretchy, natural glove. While for the Supermax Corporation, known as a world-class latex conglomerate, where it's leading international market with a high quality of medical glove. And the Kosan Rubber Industry previously was a company producer of a skimitar bearing, then changed into a second largest manufacturer disposal latex. And last company is Rubberex, which is known as a company that possesses advanced technology in a natural rubber and synthetic rubber for disposal glove. For the problem statement, the first issue and problem that we found in the research study is: first is the industry are exposed to the volatility of raw material price due to the movement of changing US dollar currency. Next is the industry also experience to the labor shortage and high utility bills due to the lack of skilled workers that expertise in a new technology. And last problem is the industry have an issue regarding to the oversupply, where it directly impact to the performance of company. Okay, for the research objective, first is to examine the factors that influence the internal and external factors. Second, to investigate the relationship between operational risk with the internal factors. Third is to identify the main risk factors to the rubber glove industry performance. And for the research question is, first is, does any factors that influence the internal and external factors? Second is, does any relationship between operational risk with the internal factors? And third is, does any risk that affected the most to the rubber glove industry? Okay, for the literature review, we found that operational risk is the most related to the this research study. Operational risk is referred to the risk of changes in value caused by inadequate or malfunctioning internal process system, employees, or the actual loss caused by the external events such as legal risk. Operational ratio as a proxy for the operational risk, where it's measured by dividing amount of operating expenses with the net sales, where it indicates to the efficiency of a company managed by comparing their expenses with the sales. The smaller the ratio indicate to the more efficiency of the company.
Hello, sir. This is for our group presentation. My name is Lei Shanzi. My metric number is 248097. This is my part. I will presentation for the methodology. In methodology, part will be discussed about the producer that the researcher will use to calculate the information. It will include the information of department and independent variables in the secretarial farm work, data collection, and aliens experience development, and regression models. The theoretical framework of this study is focused on performance of companies' rubber glove in Malaysia, which is the department variable is operation risk progressed by operation rate as measurement. In this case, the study is about financial risk that could affect to performance of rubber glove companies in Malaysia. Therefore, major risk has been identified to company manage, which are market risk, credit risk, operation risk, and credit risk. Meanwhile, for the independent variable that being used to examine its corporate governance index, GDP, interest rate, exchange rate, inflation rate, and employment rate. This is very important for our to analyze and discuss in our group to develop our industry below about our four company and objective and the questions. So let's have a lot of methodology to discuss. This is measurement of variables. The measurement of variable dependent and independent variables in this study have shown as the following table below. Now we can see the chapter. Variables have operation rate, current rate, and others. This is financial index, and we can give them a type. And operation rate is a dependent, and the current rate is independent. And the next is a measurement, and like as operation rate is operation expense, and get the net sales. So about region models, a region model is one way to contest of variable dependent or response and independent, or a particular variable dependent variable is the same as independent variable. Linear models use linear assumption to compare the result with a combination of interesting particular variables. Regression models is a subset of linear models and are the most significant tool in the data science toolkit for scientific analysis. Linear models use a linear assumption as the name implies to associate outcomes with a set of particular variables of interest. Regression models are a subset of linear models and are the most significant tool in the data science toolkit for scientific analysis. This core involves study of relations, least squares, and relation using regression models. Regression models allow special case may also be involved. It will review the management of the residues and availability. This course will discuss the contemporary thought on model choice and new use of relation models, including scatter plot smoothing. And the next is we can say that is a model for to calculate. And next have two chapter that is an example for the methodology. Thank you, sir.
Hello, doctor. My name is Wang Menghao, and my matric number is 251227. Next, I will presentation about our group assignment for SPSS analysis. The first table is described the static. This table was showed described stated and refers to a summary feature from the quality of the information and the research rather than another report and other circles. This table was included with three main components such as mean, standing deviation, and the number of objects. The table showed there are 20 numbers of in this study, whereas on 5 companies in rubber government instructing with 5 years. One is the correlation tables. Besides, on this analysis, a correlation table was used to search the factors that relate to dependent variable. This analysis was consistent by using measured which all independent variables were involved. The research was used personal correction and scientific to the data information. From that, scientific is a scientific test in which is analysis the information data. If the p-value more than 0.1, it's not scientific, while if the p-value less than 0.05, it's scientific, and the most scientific p-value is 0.001. On these tables, the most scientific p-value is CGI with p-value is 0. So the scientific p-value is quickly radial with 0.0616. The no scientific to dependent variable are return on asset, GDP, and the exchange rate because p-value more than 0.1. To this table, the standard qualification bit t-value and p-value will be analyzed. ROA is the standard qualification beta is recorded and 0.799. Difficult inferred in operational retail with p-value less than 0.05, which is the ROA and the CGI in the graph is 0.012 and 0.003. Because of the ROA was negative on the below. The ANOVA table and the model summary. ANOVA table, from this table, the model has the scientific values or p-value of 0.011. The reading of the p-value that the model if fits is scientific if the p-value is less than 0.1. For model summary tables, it has shown the relationship between marketing risk, internal and external factor of the component. The adjusted R screen on the table can provide that 64.4% of internal and external variables, which are complete performance. So that is all of my part.
Hi, my name is Fu Yuning. My metric number is 248774. So this part, the last part, is conclusion and recommendations. There's therefore sufficient evidence to demonstrate the internal variables have the greatest impact on liquidity risk. Profitability has the highest impact on liquidity risk among internal factors based on the correlation coefficient. And implies that liquidity risk will also increase the profitability rates. There is insufficient evidence, however, to show that the inflation and unemployment are negatively linked to the risk of liquidity. And also the corporate governance have no related to liquidity risk. So the recommendations, in order to obtain more reliable result, you can know this research can include more companies in the same industry to obtain results that are responsive of the industry. The company mainly faces the important influence of the liquidity ratio and the operating profit margin, and the entire industry can manage the whole commodity price by entering the market. So therefore, the companies, especially the Uber industry, we recommend it to control the product costs and predict the most competitive price of products, and use the analytical tools to assess the market risk, face the company, and better use the risk management tools to manage the market risks. Thank you.